Good, bro?
Hold on, I'm going live. Give me a second.
Yeah, take your time.
If we're live, go live. Go yes. One. All right, that's somewhat up somewhat. Anyway, let's see how many people we get in.
Yeah.
You can see fine, right?
Yeah. Someone says, like, is the moon fake? Maybe.
Oh, you looking at the comments already?
Yeah, they're popping out. I'm like, maybe. Like, Mr. Slideaway says, what's up, guys?
Yo, let me hear. Let me see what I got here.
You think about relationships, but you're wrong. Listen, well, teach you. Taste good now, but to get you better, you need this medicine. It ain't gonna always taste good, but this is what you need. Men and women, bottom line, we need to have the conversation. Your partner wants to give up control, but only if you know how to drive. This is about being the best you could ever be, whoever you are. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, LGBTQ, space alien. Save anybody. I don't care. Teacher Hedgehog gotta have a threesome.
What do you mean by that?
Look, you don't have to listen to me. You're wrong. Listen, I know. And I know you're thinking, Dante, there's no way. You know who I was? Before I was me, it was you. Now, the man. Put your happiness first, because if you don't, they won't.
Yo, GYBB, get your balls back. WWDD, what would Dante do? The sexual revolution's being podcasted. And I am excited. Harry's on doing his thing.
I'm the Harry.
Vish is in the building.
Thanks, bro.
On location. Godfrey's in LA. So we're doing it. Somebody said, Harry, you look so different. Not much. Yeah, it's uncanny. Big shout to KRC Dash. Shouts to Mr. Slidaway, Camille in the city. Dang, what up, baby? Riot stickers in the building. What up?
What up, guys?
And I'm happy to be here, man. I'm happy to be here. I haven't been in the home studio for a minute, and but it's good to be here. And Vishnu, my man, showed up
Thanks,
on
bro. I
time.
was going to be
How you like me now? We're a little late.
I was going to be on time too today.
Yeah, I know. I didn't. Well, I was having a little problem
Yeah.
doing with the tech. You know, it's funny how technology, when you don't use it frequently, like this studio, I had to refigure out everything again, all over again. Like I was so it took me a little time to remember the stages and everything.
Yeah.
Let me get a thumbs up if everybody hears this nice and clear. Give me a test 1 2, test 1 2 3. Give me a test. Vishnu, give me a test.
I can hear you, bro. I'm good.
Okay, I just want to make sure if they can hear you. That is what
Bro,
I'm
can you
looking
guys
to.
hear me? Okay,
Yeah,
I
give me
got
a thumbs up. Okay, cool.
Is it like
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what's going on in your mind? I'm even just only just I'm letting
Oh
you
no,
talk.
I was just
Bro.
asking if the thumbs up is they can hear you or they can also hear me.
Yeah. Trixie, what's up, baby? How you doing? Thank you for the thumbs up. Phone lines are open. 929-269-4922. Anybody want to come in? There's a few things that I wanted to talk about. I've been doing a lot of consultations, Rish, and as the people come in, and I really man, I don't give names because I don't want to embarrass nobody, right?
Yeah.
But one dude is a black dude, one dude is a Mexican dude, right, and one dude is an Indian dude, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And all of which I find the way in which they engage in relationships is directly related to the way that they engage in you know, in I guess the way, you know, the way they engage with their mother.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
It's so what happens is also a lot of times when you have people and they have some trauma, they go through some kind of trauma in their household because a lot of times parents don't know how to be parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially for migrants, like immigrants. Like I didn't grow up with my parents for a few years. When I was
Really?
growing up.
How's that? When you're
Well-
not with them, where were you at, or what was the
So
situation?
when they were in India, my dad is a doctor and he's working in this remote forest area, working with tribal people. So there are no schools. So they put me with my grandparents. So I only see them like during vacation and stuff like that.
How
And then when
long? How long did you do that? Up until what age?
well, up until they moved to America. So since I was like maybe 1 or 2, I would go there for, I would pretty much, I grew up with my grandparents most of the time. I would go visit them because there's no school, there are no facilities, and my dad is there because he's working for the government, and so he wanted that work. He liked that work.
So how often were you around your dad and your mom and
I'm there
whatnot?
I'm there pretty much like 3-4 times a year. Like I get
I mean when you were a kid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like whenever I
Okay.
get a vacation, like Christmas holidays, and then we got like Sankranti holidays, and then summer holidays. I mean, every time I get a holiday, I go see them. I hang out
So
there.
let me ask you this. So
Yeah.
your grandparents, real old school, right?
Yeah.
A real old school farming people, country people, or what?
So actually, I'm lucky because my grandparents, they, even though they're like my grandfather sold all his land and moved to town because he wanted his kids to get better education.
Okay.
So my grandparents are actually living in a bigger town than my parents.
Okay.
So even though they are more all about education. My grandmother is like, that is the for her it's like that is the way you can get
The
out of
most
poverty.
important. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
But
they're like,
this is also kind of the problem because not a problem because I don't think that's a bad thing, but I think what also happens is there are other aspects of life that that kind of ends up being. Big shout to Xavier. Thank you for the $10, Xavier. I appreciate you. Cash App in the building. Y'all know the Cash App is on the bottom. It's just rolling on the bottom, right there.
yeah. And I grew up with Oompa Loompas.
Right. So what I'm saying is there's a situation where the only thing is like when you have people that grow from poverty and immigrants and stuff like that, what happens is you end up, the only thing that is important is education.
Education, yeah.
But in real life, relationships, self-fulfillment, confidence, self-esteem, all of those things are equally as important. Maybe not as important when you're living in poverty to the degree that you don't know, you want to be able to eat.
Yeah.
I guess self-confidence and stuff don't matter when you're hungry, you know?
Yeah. I mean, when you got money, you can have all the confidence, but
That's not true.
I mean,
That's
you
not
could
true.
technically.
Yeah, but you could have self-confidence and not have any money.
That's true. I mean, that would be me.
what I'm saying is, in essence, what I'm saying is, we don't. I think a lot of times parents don't understand that holistically.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
uh, uh, Big shout to Corina. Thank you, sweetheart, for the $10 in the Cash App. Thank you.
Yeah.
But the thing is that right after you fill your stomach, um,
Yeah. Your needs.
you get to be the next thing you need is confidence,
Yeah.
and you want companionship, and somehow I think you get into a situation where parents and grandparents and stuff don't really understand that is one of the primary things. I mean, what are we without social interaction and stuff like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah. Yeah.
so but I have a friend of mine that went through a whole shitload of like he was molested as he was a child. The girl that he's dealing with was molested as a child, and both of them have this level of insecurity because of the fact that as a very young age, they're in a situation where they, the people. I mean, as a child, we look at the adults as the people that are supposed to take care of us and keep us safe, and then you're in a situation where the people, the actual people who are supposed to keep you safe are the people who have take advantage of you and abused you and stuff like that. So as a child, now imagine this at 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
Now you have to, at 4 or 5 with a very limited emotional maturity, you got to figure out how do you make sense of this and move forward. But you don't really have the tools equipped to do that. It's kind of like, the way I put it is, you ever see a situation where mother and father decide to get divorced.
Yeah.
And then the kid thinks, what did I do? Is this, well, my grades, it's my fault. I'll be better. I'll clean my room. I'll make my bed.
Yeah.
And so when we look at this, we look at kids like that and we go, oh, come on, sport. Like, it's not your fault. Nobody's blaming you, right?
But these parents that divorce, a lot of times they make the kid the center focal point of their fight, even though the actual the friction is somewhere else, and then that's also another aspect.
Well, I'm not even. Yes, that could be true, but I'm saying just on a base level, a kid doesn't want to see his parents split up, and so he takes on the guilt of that, right?
Yeah.
And we would all go, "Oh, that." Come on, little dude. That's not your fault. You have nothing to. Nothing to fucking. You didn't have anything to do with this. But what ultimately also happens is you're in a situation where you don't believe that. You somehow, if I clean my room, if I got straight A's or whatever, I could have. My parents would have stayed together. Now, picture this situation. Now you're as a child, you're being abused by adults, and you're in a situation where you can't. You don't know how to solve this. Like the people who are supposed to take care. So you go, what did I do?
Yeah.
Maybe I asked for this. Maybe I shouldn't have been this. Maybe I would have been better. Maybe the reason why this is happening to me, because they don't have any maturity to kind of. Now what happens is they push this down, right?
Yeah.
They become adults, right? And they come. What do they come up with? There's something wrong with me. Yeah. They blame themselves. They carry guilt for the whatever the sexual assault or whatever, and they think it's their fault. So now they get to be 26, but they never reevaluate the trauma based on the fact that they're 26 years old. And at 26 years old, if you ask a 26-year-old, did a kid cause his molestation? Of course they would say no. But you, as a person who were molested because of the trauma, you're holding that on to yourself.
Yep.
You still, now you pushed it down. Maybe you went to therapy. Oh, it's in the past or whatever, but it still acts on you. It's still working on you. And then you get into these relationships. It's the people who, now picture this, the people who are supposed to love you and keep you safe, right, were abusive and hurtful and whatever. Now everybody who you love and who you think is going to keep, you don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
You're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. You're always waiting for somebody who, especially if you love them and if you want to trust them, instantly it becomes an issue for you. And so now you're in a situation where you get a chick who's highly jealous. What are you doing? Whose Instagram page you looking at? Who did you like on Instagram? What did you take that picture with this girl? What did you do this, right? And if it happened to you as a guy, you have that same mistrust. But it's also interesting how it's a really odd situation with the two people that I'm counseling, because both of them mistrust each other, right? Okay. The minute one of them says, you know what, I'm tired of the way you treat me, I'm leaving, the other one panics, right?
Yeah.
What's up, muscle man? And Ermias, what's going on? What happens is, the minute they try to leave, they panic and they go, somebody else is leaving me. I'm gonna be unsafe, and so they start freaking out. And what they do is they stalk and they act crazy and they make thousands of phone calls and emails and this, and then they fight with you and you're gonna do this and you're leaving me again, you piece of shit. And all of this has nothing to do with the relationship. This has to do with the original trauma. And the interesting thing is, I'm counseling two people that have both been in these situations where they both were sexually assaulted. And then, so one of them says, you're crazy, leave me the fuck alone. And then when the other one says, fine, I'm gonna leave you alone, and the crazy one starts to leave, then the one who is being stalked switches and goes, oh, you're gonna leave me, you piece of shit, and then I want you back, where you going, I love, and they literally take turns kicking each other in the balls and the pussy.
Because they actually think this is the meeting, because they both share the trauma.
The trauma, yes.
They probably think this is meant to be. This is the person that they connected on the trauma.
They feel like now, they cannot, but they're not. But they don't know how to act outside of the trauma.
And it's even a regular person, even like someone like you who's trying to help them, a lot of times for them it's like, you didn't walk through my shoes, so you might not get me. That's
but here's some of the things. One of the things that I always say to somebody like that. And it always hits them like a ton of bricks. I go, you are not 4 years old no more. And it's not something that they don't know. But it's something that they really haven't thought about, because the fear that they're having, right? The fear that they're having is crazy, because they are still acting as if they're 4 years old. Right? Now, I was never molested, right? But if I was, I'm 300 pounds now. Ain't nobody molesting me, dog. It ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? And if it does, it's gonna be a bunch of motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be and we gonna have to.
It's gonna be.
Ain't nobody. You ain't walking through. We're not 4 years. You're not 4 years old, which means that you're in a situation where you still have the fear of what it felt like. You being 4 years old, you laying in your bed, you could see the doorknob turn slow, and here comes this person, this uncle or this whatever that comes in, and then there's no one to help you, and you're afraid to yell out because you think it's your fault, and you relive this, and so every time somebody tries to leave you, you feel like you're 4 years old, and you have to tell them, hey, you're not 4 years old. Nobody's gonna. I'm not saying that you're not gonna have other trauma. But I am saying it's never gonna be what it was when you were 4 years old. You gotta start there. Because what they do is with the two of them both, they're both dickheads to each other. They know how to how to get under
Press the
each other's
buttons, yeah.
skin. They take pictures on Instagram and post Insta with other people, and she posts Instagram with her guy, and the reality is they both only give a fuck about each other.
Yeah.
All this other peripheral is for the cameras.
Yeah.
It's showtime. And I've never seen this. I mean, I have seen this, but as abusive as they are, as nasty as they are. And I talked to the guy because, I talked to the guy because I want him to be aware of the fact that what he does affects this girl. Because he says he loves her. And then he posts a picture with him and a chick she was posting pictures with, dude, you got to be better than that.
Yeah.
But he's just as a big a dick as she is.
Yeah.
And they just literally are taking turns kicking each other in the balls.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm mediating between the two of them, and one of them says, the girl says, I don't love you. I don't want to be around you. I'm sick of you. You're just really nasty. And she said, and okay, that may be what she thought at the time. Then she says it again.
Yeah.
Then she says it again. And then I go, okay, he heard you. You don't want to be with him. You don't like him. You don't want to be with him anymore. Why do you keep repeating it? And so repeating it becomes more about inflicting pain.
Yeah, it's not about leaving. She's never going to leave him.
No.
She wants him to feel the pain. Yeah.
She wants to feel the pain. I'm going to say, and then he doesn't do it overtly. But then what he'll do is a girl that she's mentioned that she's jealous of, he'll post something again. I don't see why you have to act like, and he acts like he's not doing. And I go, he goes, yeah, well, she did it to me. And I go, the thing is, if you're in a relationship that's traumatic, right?
Yeah.
You giving the trauma back only diminishes yourself.
Yep. It
continues to diminish yourself, and you don't ever become a person who rises up out of it.
Yeah.
And then I pointed it out. I go, you did that on. Yeah, well, she does it to me, and she said some horrible things to me. Here's what I do. If you're going to be abusive, I just won't be available.
Yeah.
It's so. Now, I'm going to tell you something. When I was younger, I was all about the smoke. Yeah. And I'm still about the smoke. But I realize now I don't have to be about the smoke. I could just not be there.
Yeah.
You can't get punched in the face if I'm not in the ring. If we're supposed to meet at the ring and I don't show up,
I think that also comes from maturity, bro. Like, initially when people get into relationships, I feel like they're very desperate. They're like, okay, I got this person. She or he is willing to share their life with me. I don't want to lose them. So,
right.
And then they bring everything. It becomes a trauma every time the prospect of separating comes. The trauma comes in.
Right, because it really has nothing to do with each other. It has to do with the trauma in the first place.
Yep.
And the only way you have to recognize that is what's triggering it in the first place. And if you don't do that, you never get past it. The problem is you also get, because you both have such low self-esteem, right?
Yeah.
You like the fact that this person calls you 40 times. Emails you, even when they're calling you and fucking screaming and hollering. This is crazy. I just I don't, I'm not gonna give any names because I don't think that's fair. Yeah. But this was I'm gonna give you a text message. This is, I'm going to paraphrase this. This was the text message she sent him.
Okay.
You won't be hearing from me again. Goodbye, blank name. I hope it was worth it. Fuck with 8 K's on the end of it, right? Fuck you with 2 O's and 12 U's at the end.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Go fucking fuck yourself, right? Fuck you, all caps with 26 U's, right?
Yeah.
And
Not over.
right. Like, and he's going, she's probably never gonna talk to me again. I go, oh no, she's gonna talk. She's got more fuck yous for you, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all because I said to him, do not engage with this behavior. Do not, there's nothing you're gonna say to make this go shit. Go get any better. I hope you fucking drop dead. The entire 4 years that you have made me feel second, feel ignored, feel less than, not prioritized and pushed away. And even now you're still doing, I fucking hate you. You will never be hearing my voice again. She's still texting now, right?
Yeah.
When you're lonely and sad, remember this moment. This is the very moment. This is what 4 years did for you. I hope you feel ignored, feel less than. She's still going.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Prioritize. And even now, you're still doing it. I fucking hate you. You will never be hearing the voice ever again. When you're lonely and sad, remember this moment. This very moment. This is what 4 years was. I fucking hate you. All caps.
Yeah. I think if they both break up now, I think they'll come out better people eventually.
Well, yeah, but they're broken up.
Yeah.
But this
I
is
don't know.
happening. Right. This is happening. This is happening as they broke up. They both
Yeah.
have separated. She has a
Yeah.
new boyfriend, which is basically just a placeholder for this guy
Yeah.
in the first place. And the thing is, I'm telling him, look, dude, she's not over this at all.
Yeah.
And yes, he did. He replied K.
Okay.
He did reply K.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, I'm trying to explain to them that both of you have gone through this trauma, that you have to heal from this trauma. And if you both fix the trauma, maybe you can find a way to get back together. And maybe you might even, the trauma that you might be the thing was, and it was K, and it was a small letter K. Not even a big, bad. Not okay. It was lowercase k, which is shit, you know?
Yeah.
And I just feel so bad because I know that they're both in pain. Yeah. And they're literally getting off. And then what happens is she says something, and then she doesn't speak to him for a couple of days. And then he'll text her, I love you and I miss you. I want to be back
He'll
with
get
you.
drunk and then he'll text her.
And then she won't respond to him. And she won't respond for 2 days. And then he texts her, you're an awful person. How could you? Now his is not as nasty as hers, right? Because he doesn't have the vagina, right? So, but it's you destroyed my career. You did this. When I met you, I was flying high, and I'm like, no, you weren't.
It's like the egos clash. It's like, how dare you say no to me? How dare you think you're better than me? It's like all these things come up, and I mean, in a way, it's like people like that. It's painful, but maybe it's better off they kind of part ways.
Yeah, but they're not. They're separate in separate situations.
Yeah.
But they're still coming back to it. They're so addicted to the abuse
to each other,
of each other. It's like, what the fuck? And then I go, look, if you want to back, all you got to do is not respond.
Could it be like, it's not even about abuse or they connected on the trauma they experienced.
Yeah.
But I think it also happens in other relationships where the people, they put someone on pedestal when they first meet them, thinking this is a person, this is, and then when they don't stand up on that pedestal long enough for them, they keep falling off.
Yeah.
Now, they start looking at them like, why are you not living up to my expectations?
I don't think that you can. I
Yeah,
think because the pedestal is so high, it's
yeah,
unreasonable. And
and
then
then they get,
even when you want to apologize and you may have done something wrong, there's no room for that. It's you
yeah,
did this. And then I've had here a crazy thing. I'm gonna bring this on the uh on the show, but Godfrey was dating a chick, and he was sleeping.
yeah,
Now the girl, she got
yeah,
a man,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
But she's tossing it up with him every once in a while, right?
yeah, yeah.
And she got a baby daddy too, right?
Well,
And she's
yeah,
probably, I don't know if she's fucking both of them or not, but whatever. And Godfrey is whatever. Like I'm in and out of town anyway.
yeah,
So something happened in her house, like a water main broke or something, and she called up Godfrey. Godfrey's sleeping. He wakes up to 20 text messages, right?
yeah.
I'm calling you. You don't even have the you motherfucker. And Godfrey's doing this. What
What
happened?
did I do? What did I do?
So naturally, Godfrey does what he usually does: is call me up. I go, don't even respond. I didn't respond.
Yeah.
He doesn't respond. First he responds to what? He wakes up. He goes, what happened? I was sleeping. I was sleeping.
Yeah,
And she goes, you fucking, things are going to be, it's going to be different, blah, blah, blah. And he calls me and I go, don't engage.
yeah,
And she goes, you piece of shit. You think it's da-da-da. And if you want to fucking deal with me, you're going to have to do A, B, C, D. He calls me up because what do I? Don't respond. You motherfucker. Da-da-da-da-da. So she's an educated chick, right?
yeah,
She's a doctor.
yeah,
She writes a contract up.
yeah.
A contract, like a full
Wow.
contract
Yeah.
on a PDF. She sends him the contract and goes, if you want to still get this pussy, this is my terms and da-da-da-da, article 1, article 2. I go, he's going to give me the contract and I'm going to bring it on and read it. And I want to, because I just think the insanity itself is so crazy that somebody would do this. I'm going to bring the contract and read the contract. And what do I do? Don't respond.
Yeah.
Now she's losing her mind because here's what happens. When you have that kind of emotion, you have to attach that emotion to something, right? To somebody. And if somebody's not responding, you already have low self-esteem. So if they're not responding, what is the subtext of me not calling back? I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about what you're talking about. You don't even matter. This is, and you just may not want to engage in this kind of trauma, but still in all, they're going to take it the way they're going to take it.
Yeah.
And 3 days go by.
Yeah.
She goes, I may have been a little bit hasty in my past. Somebody said, what if you breached? I want to go through the comments in a minute. Somebody says, what if you breached the contract? Off with your head.
You get a
KRC dash. You get castrated.
Yeah, you get a message with a lot of what do you call Y's and U's and F's and
Now under my tutor, I go, don't even respond to that. She goes, I may have been a little bit hasty. Give me a call when you get a chance. Godfrey goes, what do I do? Don't call. She goes, listen, I just want to talk to you. Can I please, if you could, please call me back right now? We watched this. We watched this go through all phases, right?
Yeah.
And then he says she called him up, and she goes, "Yeah, I'm really sorry. I didn't." And I go, "When you speak to her, you tell her, understand something. I like you, and I like hanging out with you." I said, "But I am not going to deal with this kind of toxic stuff. And if you have to, if that is the only way that you can communicate, then I like you, but we just can't. We can't. I will not. I refuse to be disrespected in that way. And maybe you're accustomed to men because you're educated, because you're a beautiful girl. What's crazy is stunning, beautiful girl. Surgeon, doctor, money, this, getting alimony from another doctor that doesn't matter. The trauma of her, because this is all. Hold on, we got a call. Give me a sec.
No, sweet. Yeah.
From
Brian.
Hey, Brian, what's up, bro?
Brian, what's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on? Got a quick question for y'all.
Sure.
So I've been in relationships before, but right now I'm single, and I've been dating, kind of just getting out there and meeting people on the street, on the apps,
Great.
all that. And I've noticed that several times we'd go on dates, the vibe would be good, but then eventually it would kind of just fade. Not good, not bad, but it would just, kind of like nonchalant, like whatever.
Stagnant.
And then we would just, nothing would happen.
Okay.
And
all right.
yeah, I think I'll just start there, and yeah.
Okay. So what is your question though?
I feel like there may be, and I don't know if it's either one of us really, maybe it's just not chemistry, but I feel like I'm not creating the detention or a hook to.
Okay, so
create
here's
more
the
attraction,
thing.
perhaps?
Here's the thing. Yes, you're not creating your attraction, or you're not pushing the elements when you do have it. Okay.
Right.
First of all, this is something. Understand something, that this is something that you got to learn. You got to learn. What I would like you to do too, go on my website. I got a new website, DanteNero.com. If you go on my website, there's a test.
I did the quiz.
Oh, did you take the test? Did you take the audit?
I took the quiz.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to be getting back to you in a minute, but I'm glad you called because that gives me a breakdown. But it's literally a situation where there's a skill set that you have to learn to escalate that and to create the attraction. When people talk about chemistry is nothing more than preparedness. You know what I mean? I'll give you an example. Let's say you're talking to her. You meet this girl and you're talking, or let's say you meet her on the app and then you take it off the phone. Are you taking it off the phone and then having phone calls before the date, or no?
Yeah, like that's no. Yep, exactly. If every time, yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes
right.
I
So
just meet them in person.
be clear,
yeah.
because I'm an old school dude. I had no idea that guys were dating girls and not even talking to them on the phone.
I don't mind. Yeah. The phone call. I don't mind that at all. I mean,
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, sometimes they won't know. They won't want to. You get a lot of young girls who be like, I don't talk on the phone. And I go,
we live in a text world. Yeah.
But I go, listen, I'm not interested in going out with somebody who can't get on the phone with me. And I mean, the way the logic behind it, you ultimately want this to get, if you meet her and you like her and you don't want to be intimate, if somebody won't talk to you on the phone, the chances of them fucking sucking your dick is nil. I mean, there's clearly a bigger jump to that's way more intimate, you know?
Yeah, it creates safety for sure. Like,
right.
And for you too, you get a better idea of who she is. You know.
Also, that
tongue.
becomes the dossier. When you're talking to her, you're also inferring different things that she does. Like, let's say she's allergic to seafood, and then on the first date you take her out for seafood, right? Now the fucking date is shit because because she don't. You take her to some place where she don't have nothing to eat, and let's say even if you said she goes, oh, I'll have a salad or I'll have a burger, or I'll have some chicken strips, or you still have this idea of chemistry is you getting the dossier, getting the dossier of the profile of the person before you go. That's what the chemistry is. What kind of music? What kind of music do you like? What do you?
4.
Yeah,
right.
You should be taking a dossier of the profile. You know how like when they look at serial killers and serial, they go, he's a 40-year-old man, lives with his mother in the basement. He probably does some job like a librarian. He's very technical. So what I'm saying to you is that's where so whenever I hear people talk about chemistry, that's where chemistry is. You know?
It's doing your homework.
It's doing your homework. It's doing your homework. Men create the chemistry. Now, you can also
finding things in common.
Right, finding things in common and then putting your best foot forward. But here's the other thing. When we talk about you living the best version of yourself, right? This is you saying
I have no problem with that.
Let me give you the details to it. Saying yes to life. What I mean by that is not just being in a situation where you're caught up, I'm trying to do this to get girls. You know what I mean? You do it to be a better version of yourself. So that's where the confidence comes from. Are you a boxing fan at all?
I box myself.
Okay. Sweet. Mayweather has never gone in a fight without being physically ready to go on a fight. He's never fat. He's never old. He doesn't have a problem making weight. He's always ready to box. Would you agree with that?
This call will be recorded.
Hello?
This call is no longer being recorded.
Hello?
We lost him.
Hello?
Yeah, you there? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you hit the record button by accident. So here's the thing. So Mayweather has always been prepared whenever he gets in the ring, correct?
Correct, yep.
And even when he hangs out and he's bounced, he said, look, y'all can hang out if you want to, but at 5 o'clock in the morning, we're doing our road work. Am I right? I mean, have you seen that?
Yeah, essentially you're saying, I'm doing this anyway. Do you want to come along?
Exactly. But what you're doing, you're even doing it when it's not relevant to a girl.
When it's not relevant to what?
To a girl. Or you're...
Right.
You're
exactly.
exposing yourself to things. You box. Man, do things that you wouldn't normally do. Go to a museum. Go to a museum and see, and maybe you don't like it. Go to a Broadway play. I had a friend of mine, big Andre D. Thompson used to be co-host this thing. He had they had the Tulip Fair, some shit. And he's like, I ain't a fucking tulip, but I'm gonna go. He said, yo, that shit was dope. He said the tulips was so, the colors was crazy. Yo, I would have never. So you got to say yes to life. Because
you think are these like date ideas or more?
No, what I'm saying, this is outside of the date ideas. Yes, it could be a date idea.
With that. I don't have a problem with that.
I'm not even saying you have a problem with it. What I'm saying is, this is what you should be doing to be the best version of yourself.
Right, but I'm asking, if you don't mind, I'm asking you a specific question.
Yeah.
Not how to be a better version of myself, or I'm asking, like, there's something happen where it's almost like a hook, like things will just fade to nothing, like on both sides, you know? And I feel like it's more of a common thing, you know?
Are you making out with them? Are you getting to that?
Say 1 out of 3, yeah, like the last few girls I've dated. Yeah,
there's something I call a time travel that really helps that.
Oh
right?
yeah, I've heard you talk about that.
Okay, but it seems like a simple concept, but it's more if you. What I'm saying is there has to be something that you're where you're losing them, and the way
I agree,
and I can't
something between dates. Because I don't really like...
It could be, but I would have to ask you. I'd have to do a consultation with you and ask you questions. Well, what did she say to this, and what she? And then I could figure out where the miss is. And but you're definitely, first of all, if you say 1 in 3, right? That means you're out there in the game, and you know what I'm saying. You're working out. You know what I'm saying. You're in the gym. But the point is, sometimes it's really difficult to differentiate where the rub is. You know, where the misstep is. And I would have to, I'd have to ask. I would ask, like, say you say, oh man, I met this girl and we had a really great vibe, and then we text, and I would ask you, what did you say? What did she say? What did you say? What did she say? And I could tell the moment when the energy, but I can't do, you know what I mean? It could be that. Then I could ask, we could talk about the date, and then I could specifically learn where you understand. It's just it's you know, it's a thing that just takes, and then through time, you know when you made the misstep, and there's always a way to fix it. Like I get away with crazy shit because
even right off the bat. I know you need to make feel comfortable.
Yeah, I get away with it off the back because my framing just doesn't feel creepy. Do you know what I mean? I'm just not.
I guess you're a public figure too.
Well, that too, and I mean, I told this story last time. This chick was like, she was like, "Oh my God, I saw you on Blacklist, and I had, you know, like I had a pretty big part on that." And she goes, "Oh my God, you were so funny." And then I was looking at you. Me and my girlfriends were like, "Oh, that's the guy from the thing." So there's a framing because of the movie and stuff like that. And I go, and she goes, I didn't even know you did comedy and And I go, and I have a big dick, right?
Nah.
Now, I do.
You might have
I got a decent package, but that's not the point. But I laughed, and I was with Harry's girl, and there was a comic named Tracy Carnazzo who's, you know, she's out of her mind too. Funny chick, check her out. But she says, and we all laugh, and she goes, "But he does. It's amazing," right? Like that. And we're
weird.
joking, and I go, "Sweetheart, I'm just kidding. I mean, I do have a big dick, but I'm just kidding with you." And she laughs, and and I go, where you? And I just go, where you from? Are you from the city? And we just have a conversation after I told this chick I have a big dick. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. But I can do that. I'm not saying to do that. I'm just saying you get a feel of what you can get away with. And when you have, and just having the fun of being able to do that makes it, it like, oh, this dude's different.
Making things exciting, kind of creating fun. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think it starts with
living on.
If you're not having fun, she's not gonna have fun.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you're living on that that plane. I know what you mean. Like you're up there, and. I got one other quick question, if you don't mind.
Sure. I really want to read this. Give me 1 second.
Take
somebody,
it
down. one of the says, "I'm slick because I'm cool like that," or something he said like that, which is the coolness is your state of being. Do you know what I mean?
It is. I'm with you. We got there.
Right.
We got there.
Okay. Yeah. All right. What's the other question?
All right. So. Some reason I don't want to use Facebook for like marketplace or whatever, but you click on one thing and then your whole content of like life becomes all about like
it's an algorithm.
Gen Z and millennial and man and woman. Like, is that? Do you think anything's different today than it was in the 70s or the 80s? Like as far as the relations between,
of course it's different. I mean, do you know what I mean? The simple fact that you're dating on apps. I mean, there was a time when there was no apps. You had to be, but I would also say, when you say different, is it easier or is it harder or is it, dude? Everything.
Well, it seems like there's so much nuance. Like there's
always been nuance. The difference was
shows about all this.
Yeah, but now you got to get her from the app on the phone. You got to get her from the phone to the date. Then you still got to do the stuff that you did in the date. You know what I'm saying? There was nuance. When you walk in a bar, there's nuance. How you walk in.
But we were talking about this stuff in the 80s?
Oh,
as much as we do now?
Of course. Yeah. It's just, I mean, what your algorithm picks up, and then it just becomes this thing. They'll have you
This is
thinking
nothing
that
new. Right.
they'll have you thinking that women don't like men, and that it's bullshit, dog. This,
Yeah.
Oh no.
listen,
Yeah.
the population has never stopped growing. It is never.
Right.
People are still, and Vishnu will tell you, India is still growing.
Yep.
And India acts like, what do you mean sex? And they're fucking everybody. There's nothing but babies in India and China,
Yeah.
But there's and there's I don't know if you ever seen like Bollywood or like Indian movies. They don't even kiss in the mouth and stuff. They kind of nuzzle, right?
Yeah.
Vishnu?
Yeah. Now they changed, but
true?
back in the day, that's how
Do
it
they
was.
kiss now or no?
Yeah, they kiss now. Yeah.
But I mean,
Big fuck fest over there.
Because like what happened is like before they had there's a censor board, but now with the OTPs, nobody cares. Nobody's checking on them, so they can do whatever they want.
But I mean, there was a time when they would just nuzzle.
Yeah.
They would sing a song. I know
Yeah.
you so
Yeah. There is a
Right.
saying like basically every time they show a sing and dance, that's literally them doing it.
Yes, right, right. And
instead of
let me
showing
tell you
sex,
something. You look at Japanese porn, they blur out the genitals. But meantime, prostitution and having a side chick in China that's what you do. That's part of the
Yeah, they're like those little. Yeah.
It's all nuance. It's all nuance, and it's always changing. You just got to, but the same principles apply. The same principles that I'm talking about now, the same principles that applied then. It just the difference is the application
but
is
it
a little
hasn't
bit
really
different.
changed.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think what changed is the vicinity, bro. Back in the day, you were kind of limited by where you live, where you work, where you go to the gym, and who's around you.
Yeah.
But now your reach grew. So if you're one of those people who's confident and you're good in your skin, you are going to do better than if you're insecure. So it's like, what is your tool?
Or you're gonna do worse.
Yeah,
like if you're a dickhead, you being a dickhead is
Overconfident,
broadcasted way on a high level. I have a friend of mine from England. He was like, bro, we got the fine women in England. And I'm like, yeah, I guess, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't think there's any, California and New York is guys. But the real question is, how many do you need?
Yeah.
Let's say all you got, if you go to the whole country of England, I don't need more than 3, right? Three is a lot, depending on how long I'm staying,
Most people are good with one.
So if everybody else is ugly and I can find 3 cuties, I'm fine. It's just, I just think the hype is ridiculous. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you, man.
I'm actually going to get back to you really soon. I'm heading out to England. I'm going to spend the birthday with my son out in England, and I'll be
When is
back.
your son's birthday, bro?
Wait a minute, and I'm going to be. Oh, it was the 15th, but I'm going out. I got a really cool thing. I'll talk about that in a second, but I'm going to be getting back to everybody that took the test. Go onto the website DanteNero.com. Click on consult, and then we'll figure something out. Not click on consult. Click on audit. And you can take the test. It gives you a score, and then I'm eventually going to call everybody out and talk about their score and stuff. See who I can help. So I appreciate you calling,
Cool, man.
bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Enjoy the biscuits and marmalade, whatever.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't fuck with that. I'm from Brooklyn, but what I am doing is I paid for my son loves cows and ducks and sheep and shit, so I rented a farm. So when he wakes up in the morning on Saturday, there's going to be a whole farm in the backyard. So it's going to be pretty cool. So
you're gonna be there for that.
I'm going. That's what I'm flying out for. I didn't pay for the
That'd be amazing, man.
Yeah, I paid for it already. I better be there for it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
It'll be a
That's
special
awesome,
time.
bro.
Enjoy.
Yeah, something he'll remember.
Yeah.
All right, brother. And I'll be in touch soon. Okay. Later. Let me open up the. So don't forget to go on the website DanteNero.com. Take the audit. And then I'm gonna you get a score of where you're at on this relationship. But we were talking about the trauma and stuff.
Yeah.
But a good friend of mine who I counseled years ago, and then we just kind of became friends. And he has this thing where he gets a nibble. And he's dating a girl. Maybe he's even making out with her. And then then to him, it's like, yo, this is it. This is the one. But the reason why it's the one is because he's afraid to lose.
Yeah, and
And
now he's going to get all like, if she's like steps out, he's going to be all pissed off.
it's just
Send
gonna
her a
be so
message with a
bad.
lot of F's and U's and
Here's the crazy thing. A lot of times, and this is something I don't know if you get this too, but like he's also a programmer. He's Indian as well. Okay, but I try to talk to people in the context of what they
yeah,
of how they understand, and I said you. So he said an interesting analogy, and I want to repeat. And I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to blow him up. But he said, "Do you remember the Batman movie with Bane, right?
yeah,
And Batman is in the hole, right?
yeah.
And Batman's trying to climb out the hole, and he has. Do you remember that scene?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay. Do you remember how he got out of the hole?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember?
I mean, I
Okay.
remember the setting, but I don't remember the whole
Okay, so the setting, he keeps crawling, but what they had was a rope. They would tie a rope around their waist, right? And so if they fell, the rope would, but it wasn't a bungee thing. It was like when you hit, it was like yanked, and you'd be fucked up, right?
Yeah.
But you wouldn't die, right?
Yeah.
And he just kept Batman. Christian Bale plays Batman in this one.
Yeah.
And he climbs to the top and climbs to the top and he gets in that last jump to the last thing. He can't. He keeps falling over and over again.
Yeah.
And then he decides there's only one thing that's going to make me get out of this hole. He unties the rope, right?
Yeah.
And he takes the jump without the rope. So him having the rope wasn't giving him the flexibility to make that last jump, but he had to risk it, right?
Yeah.
So now this is the funny thing. My friend gives me this analogy, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, I said, do you remember how he got out, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, nah, I mean, I don't know. He made the jump. I don't really remember. And he just wants to move. I go, no. You made this great analogy, right?
Yeah.
And then you don't even know how he got out. He got out by taking the risk.
Yeah.
He risked death to get out, and that's how he got out. And everybody else who tried to get out they were stuck in the hole, right? The point is, this in his life is the same thing.
Yeah.
He plays to not lose.
Yeah.
He doesn't play to win.
Yeah.
And if you play to not lose, you're never going to win.
Yep.
So when you go, I got a big dick too, I'm playing to win.
Yeah.
And if I lose, I put my cards in it. But I've just learned the only you gotta, it's big stakes. So here's the crazy thing, because you do programming. What I said to him, I said, but when you're programming something, you're trying to get the computer or the program to do something, right?
Yeah.
If it doesn't do what you want to do, and he says to me, people are different.
Yeah.
He says there's nuance in this. You don't really know where people stand. And I said to him, you tell me if I'm wrong, and I said, even when you're programming, you don't always have a set variable.
Yeah.
It's not always a set number.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a range, right?
Yeah.
So you have to program to the range. So sort of like, and I don't know if I'm talking out of my head, but tell me if I'm
making sense. You're making sense.
I go, if the total ends up from 1 to 5, do this.
Yeah.
If it ends up from 6 to 10, do this. If it ends up 10 to 11 to 15, do that. You still, even in the context of variation, you still have an answer.
Yeah.
For instance, if I'm dating somebody who is not following up, I'm calling her, she doesn't return the calls, she makes promises to hook up but doesn't hook up. There's a variable to that. Sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't. You have to understand, okay, the variable is not consistent.
Yeah.
So I know that I can't so this is not a chick that you buy tickets for Hamilton at $900 because you don't know for sure if she's going to shop. So you don't do that. If you do set up things, You set up things that you can do on the fly.
Yeah.
You even in humanity you can adjust
Yeah.
the variables, because even in program and logic works that way.
Yeah.
So if just same way, if you say I'm dealing with somebody who is untrustworthy, you can, if you choose to deal with that, you're dealing with somebody who's untrustworthy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If you're dealing with you got a friend that's cheap and you go out to dinner, hey, listen, you pay for yours, I'll pay for mine.
Yeah.
Because every time we go out, I get stuck with the bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's always a way to prepare. There's always a solution. And if we learn, and here's the other thing, everybody makes mistakes. Let me put the number up real quick. Everybody makes mistakes, and it's the mistakes that make us better. If we know, like if we know that Batman took the rope off.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But if I go, well, that's a great analogy. But what did he do? And you go, oh, I don't know. I'm just using that. No. The answer is there. The answer is right there. You know.
Yeah.
And I think you got to take the leap. You can't play. And the solution is that I got to take the leap. Dog.
Yeah.
I can't play to lose.
And sometimes
play to not lose, I should say.
Yeah, and sometimes when you lose, you can't take it as a defeat. You got to learn from the mistake and you keep moving forward, because a lot of times this whole crazy relationships happen because one person thinks they cannot do better,
right?
Yet they want
but they want better, but
they
can't
want
do better.
Yeah.
And so now they want to make you into something that you're not. And I mean, it's the variables. But you're absolutely right. The human variables is infinite.
Yeah.
But you could set a range.
Yeah.
We do it all the time. That's how we get computers to work.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
If you're looking at a program and the program takes emails and telephone numbers, right?
Yeah.
You don't know what the number's going to be.
Yeah, and sometimes you might not even get a number. You might just get some like crazy shit, and you still try to figure out a way to deal with it.
But how about this? You can program it. You cannot go on to the next line until you put 10 numbers in.
Yep. Yeah.
Right? You cannot, and then you go, well, what if it's a different country? There's a different country code. So now I add a little bar that goes +1, +44 is London, and then you put the numbers in. Should I put the dash in the middle? Should I? You know what I'm saying? You figure out there, and so it's interesting that somebody who programs doesn't think, because it's the same thing, because now it's flesh and blood.
Yep.
It's somebody that you find attractive. It's somebody that you like. It's somebody that that you're having sex with, and now all of a sudden, but the same fucking principles happen the same way all the time. Good, you want to say something? Something's on your mind.
Do you think, like, when people, especially in these relationships, when one person is kind of putting all these things on the other person, is it because like you said, like they want them to fulfill the thing, but they're afraid they're not going to find that from, if we lose this person, they're not going to find it elsewhere.
Well, it's definitely they feel like they don't have any option.
So, like, I think the underlying is the more like emotionally they're not secure. It's
of course,
it's emotionally
absolutely
insecure person.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm glad you came up with that, but I thought that was, that was the whole point of it, is that you're not secure. You don't think you can, and how about this? Here's something else. Sometimes you don't think you deserve better.
Yeah.
If you have low self-esteem, when things start going good, you fucking you sabotage it.
Yeah.
Phone lines are up, 929-269-4922. I'm gonna take another call. We're already on an hour already. I mean, we gotta shut down in a little bit. Because I think
it goes back to, like, phone calls. Like, there are people are afraid to make a phone call and talk to the other person because they think, oh, if I screw up and I'm talking, she might not even go on a date with me. But you're better off losing her now than later.
You don't want to be married to her for 10 years
Yeah. Yeah.
and find out, you know,
Yeah.
I gotta
Put all
send
your-
you this. There's this clip that I somebody sent me of Akash and his wife on stage, and man, I feel so sorry for him, dog. I just like he has created a whole lie about what happened, you know, with him. His chick opened her mouth. She's disrespectful. She's reckless, and she doesn't respect him. And she ran her mouth online, and people checked her. And he's talking about I gotta send it to you. It's crazy how he goes, you know, you've walked through the fire, and you did this. You created this. You used your relationship. You the one that doesn't respect. Okay. Love's Pizza. Wait a minute. Let me see. I'm sorry. Okay, the phone line's open. I'm sorry, Loved Pizza 24.
You don't love pizza anymore?
He said he used to.
Yeah.
Love Pizza. You can call now. I thought I opened the lines up. My bad. Lines are open now. Let me put it up. 929-269-4922. I'm gonna give you a minute or two to call in. If not, I'm gonna shut it down. All right. We had an hour and change already. I'm gonna give him a time to call in. He's 26 seconds ago he put it up. So there you go.
Oh, I called in.
Yeah.
Call from
Lou.
What's your name? Where you calling from, family?
It's Lou from LA. Hey, Vishnu, nah, I don't love pizza no more, man. It was giving me
You got
health
that,
problems.
bro. When you said loud pizza, I figured you don't like it no more. I can't hear you.
Real quick, I just wanted to give Vishnu his flowers, man. Hey, Vishnu, you might have been on to something a while back when Godfrey was telling his story about how he ran into Rachel all not mysteriously, but randomly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You made a joke. You was like, bro, she probably planned that, bro. and full circle to last week, shit, you might have been on to something.
She might have been. You might have
I
been.
know, bro. It's weird. Like, I mean, I don't want to. Godfrey is my good friend, but like some of the
I'm
girls
just
he
saying it
meets,
jokingly, but it was funny you said that.
yeah,
My bad.
like
Go ahead.
I
My
mean,
bad.
another incident that happened with Godfrey, like he was friends with this girl, and
Yeah.
I had no idea. I just dropped him off at some place, and I went home, and then I got a
Yeah.
call from him, and she's on the line, and he's like, "Okay, tell her where you dropped me off," and I was like, "This is where I dropped him off," and she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're covering for him," and I was like, "No, I'm just telling you the truth," and then she goes, "Well,
Yeah.
you guys can't be friends no more." And Godfrey is like, I guess we're not friends anymore. And they hung up. I'm like, shit, what happened? Like, I'm not friends with
That's
Godfrey
weird.
anymore.
That's weird. You know what
And
it is,
then-
too,
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you something too.
And then Godfrey comes back and says, like, bro, I spoke to Dante. I got rid of her. Now we're back to friends.
I'm gonna
yeah.
tell you, Love. Here's the crazy thing. Godfrey is not a street dude at all. Like,
Okay.
and Godfrey's parents were educators and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
He always mentioned that.
So Godfrey says to me all the time, I'm a dickhead. Like I'm not a dickhead, but I don't like. He says I don't like nobody. He says I don't like nobody. But it's not that I don't like nobody. I see you, nigga. I see you, shit. And that's my man. And because of who he is, I protect him because I see it. And he goes, what they do now? And I'm like, dog, this motherfucker's not. He's a shady dude. And I see it. And he knows I see it. So he's avoiding me because I see you, motherfucker. There's something that I say all the time is my truth sharpens your honesty. And I'm so honest that if you shady, you don't want to be around me. Because I'm gonna tell on you. But I'm not a snitch, but I'm gonna be like, nigga, you was at that. What the fuck is you talking about? Right? And I'm gonna say it loud to your face, and everybody go, oh, whoa, what do you mean? Nigga, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. So but Godfrey goes, this is the same thing that happened. I don't know if you saw the episode with Big J.
With Big J.
Big
Oh
J?
yeah, I saw that one.
Okay,
Yeah.
remember? So so Big J and them, they have these. They a lot of times they do these racist jokes, that stereotypical racist jokes. And when he said, well, he says, I'm not a Nazi. He goes, I'm not a Nazi because I'm Jewish. Yeah, but you're a racist. And here's I don't want to have to make the difference between a Nazi and I don't care. There's no difference to me. The fact that you don't dislike Jews doesn't none of that affects me, right?
Yeah.
And then he says, well, the roast was kind of way. Roast is a roast. If you don't like it, don't watch it. And I said, well, first of all, when you have a climate where 650,000 black women have been removed from the federal government, when you have a climate where over 300 women have been molested during ICE, when you're trying to gut the 13th, 14th, and the 15th Amendment that gives black people equal, when you're gerrymandering the states and you're trying to take voter rights away from black people, we don't have a sense of humor. If everything was equal, we could have a sense of humor. Yeah. And he says, well, if you
and everything, huh?
But if you trying to make me not a citizen, you trying to take away the natural born citizenship to take it away from me, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear your joke about bonnets and black people, which chicks wearing bonnets. And he said, well, if you don't like it, it's a bros. If you don't like it, you could just not watch it. And I said to him and this is Godfrey always pulling on my chain after he sets me loose. I said, or I could watch you do racist jokes and hate you for it. Yeah. I could do that too. We could do both. Yeah. You don't get to tell me how to fuck. So if I hate you or I don't like what the fuck you say, I get to do that too. So but the thing is, everybody is not, like when your life, when the situations where you've had your life on the line for not keeping your head on the swivel, you see something. You see it. And once you see it, you can't not see it. But I appreciate you calling in, family. Thank you.
And thank you so much for reminding me that, bro. My spidey sense was good back then. Thank you.
No, yeah. I was like, it's funny you saw that. Even though it was a joke, but it's a little truth in the joke, So.
Yeah. I appreciate you, dog.
Yeah, usually that's how comedy works, bro. You find a hole and you kind of like dig into it, and sometimes it becomes the truth.
Yeah. I'm always, when I meet people, I'm friendly, right? I'm friendly, but I be looking at a nigga's side with like, something don't smell right with this nigga. And sure enough, if you give him time, well, now the calls is rolling.
Call from
Devin Jefferson.
Devin, what's going on? Where you calling from?
Yo, I'm calling from California, but I'm on my way to Washington, D.C. What's up?
What up, dog? How can I help you?
Man, you know what, man? I'm back in the dating field, man, and I keep hearing, okay, so look, check this out. I'm a black dude. I'm 5'8", I'm about 160. I keep hearing, Devin, you very handsome, but you too short.
Okay, look.
And it's fucking with me, man. I keep hearing that shit. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry for cussing.
Tell everybody you're 5'9", bro.
First of all, no, don't do that. First of all, did you go on my website, DanteNero.com? Go on DanteNero.com and take the audit, right?
Okay.
Gives you an idea. It's a 12-question thing that kind of gives you an idea of where it is, and then we'll talk about it. But let me say something. No girl doesn't talk to you because of your height. I shouldn't say no girl, but most girls don't, right? The point is, there is anytime somebody talks to her, there's a few different things or criteria that they have, and that criteria could be height, might be one of the things. It might be looks, it might be money, it might be swag, it might be some of the coldest pimps I ever seen was little motherfuckers, 5'8", 5'6". First of all, the 5'8" is not even really that short. It's probably the average. Vishnu, can you look up the average height of Americans? See what it is on your computer, because I'm manning the phones. I don't even think 5'8". I think 5'8" is average. I think women, everybody want a 6 foot dude, but I don't know no short dudes that ain't getting no pussy either. I'm quite sure you're not a virgin, right?
So it's
No, definitely not, for sure.
What is it?
It's 5'9" for men and 3.5 for
Yeah,
women.
you ain't but an inch underneath it, and nobody and a
Just tell them you're
nice
5'9", bro. You're good to
and
go.
a nice heel. The point is that you have to be like, if somebody, look, I don't really like a big chick, right? But
That's what I'm saying, man.
hold on. But here's my thing. But if she's dope and she's, like, just sweet and want to help me and just cute face and stuff, we make exceptions. Do you know what I'm saying? Love is messy, bro. Love is messy, and anytime you ask somebody, here's what I say all the time: women don't know what they want; their pussy does. So in real,
Same goes with men too, bro. We don't think with our head.
right? But what I'm saying is a woman may have I want, like fucking Kevin Samuels with his bullshit. He was always like, oh, I want a high value man that makes over $100,000. He needs to be 6'3". Yeah, if you ask somebody what they want, they're gonna tell you the optimum situation. I've heard so many guys, like red pill dudes like Coolio and all these, and Kevin Samuels talk about how women who have baby mamas are just for recreation. I don't know if you've heard that online. Here's my thing. How old are you?
Right now, I just turned 31 last month.
All right, so you kind of young. But do you know anybody who hasn't at least dated somebody with a baby at some point in time?
Nah, I definitely, everybody be messing with baby mamas for sure.
So here's my thing. If all baby mamas are just for recreation, right? Then first of all, how are they having two baby daddies? You know what I mean? So it's, I mean, look, let's be honest, nigga. Trump, all his baby, but he got a bunch of baby mamas. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on, nigga. It's like, what are we talking? In the reality, when you ask women what do they want, but what's really the thing that gets them is the swag. Just know that if height is a real serious category for somebody, you just got to excel in everything else. My dad, people don't know this. I'm 6'1", right? But my dad was 5'2". Wow. My mom was 5'4". Now my dad was born in 1920. He had me really late, and he had rickets because he didn't have calcium. We're talking about he grew up in the Depression, so he didn't get the food to nourish him to grow to his height. But he was only 5'2". And he was a bad motherfucker. He couldn't stop putting his dick in somebody, even though he was married to my mom. He was always bagging, but he was a ball of charisma, and he was just a powerful dude. You make up for it where you make up for it, but you can't change what you can't change, but you can still be extraordinary in other ways, if that makes sense.
No, 100%. Thank you.
All right, and don't forget to fill out. Go on.
Yeah, I'm on the website right now. Yeah.
Yeah, and or sign up for a consultation, one-on-one consultation. We can figure out how you can maximize attraction. All right.
Oh, bet. Say less, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
All right, brother. Now we trying to get out of here, Vishnu. The calls is rolling in. Like, I'm gonna give it 5 minutes.
Yeah,
we had an hour and 20, but yeah, man. We were talking about the trauma and whatnot, and it's just like, it's crazy because, it's crazy how that trauma becomes so pervasive, right?
That's why I
That
like this podcast, bro. I really do, because you're addressing a lot of things that don't come up. Literally,
yeah,
like people
nobody's talking
don't.
about it.
Yeah, exactly. And I like that. And you seen the world. You
Yeah.
matured, and you went through the streets. You seen it. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's really very clarifying to watch you break things
Thank you,
down.
man. I appreciate it. And we joke around and shit, but I enjoy having you on, bro. I really do.
Thank
I
you, bro.
really do enjoy having you on. All right, we gonna phone lines are open, but I think we're gonna shut it down. Vishnu, talk to me. Let me see. Where you at? How can we get you? Talk about your shit. Plug it.
So I'm at Vishnu Vaka Comedy, all social media. My website is vishnuvaka.com. Check out my podcast with my wife, uh, Fly and Butterfly. Check it out, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Cool. Don't forget to sign up for the Patreon, please. Patreon.com/manschool. That's up. Best way to support the show. Thank you so much. Don't forget the one-on-one consultations. DanteNero.com. Also, don't forget my Cash App is up. Don't forget to put up the go on DanteNero.com and take the audit and get a score about where your attractiveness and where you're at on your life. And you may actually hear from me after that. GYBB, get your balls back. WWDD, what would Dante do? The podcast is the sexual podcast is being podcasted or whatever the fuck
Oh
I
yeah,
say.
tell them about the merch, bro. Merch. You forgot about the merch.
Yeah. Check out my merch. DanteNero.com. I got some dope merch. I'm not gonna bring it up right now because we've been up for
Great
an
and
hour and 20
powerful
minutes.
Xavier reminded me about the merch.
Yes, thank you, brother. Appreciate everybody. Let me big shout to the great and powerful Xavier, Donald Delight.
Bro, Donald Delight is
Jonas.
calling me I glazed. What did I glaze, bro? Why are you doing that to me?
Because you gave me a Love Pizza 24, Canito 88. Who else is going tonight?
Bro,
Gotta give it up to my girl Trixie's always in the building. Who else is here? Yada 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 yada. Let me go all the way to the top. Cheeseburger, Bergara 181. Trixie in the building. Donald Wright, Camille in the city. Thank y'all all. KRC Dash. Shout out to everybody. Thanks for coming in. We'll be rocking again. I'm out in England as of tomorrow. I'm flying out tomorrow, so we probably won't have a show on Tuesday, but we'll be back again the week after. Love y'all. Peace.
have fun, bro. In London. Peace, guys.